appreciate the coming over the life of Islam in South and Southeastern Asia. The Islamic teachings began to spread in South and Southeast Asia around the 13th century. Islam teaches the oneness, that is monotheism, oneness of God, that he was revealed in his message, that he passed it through prophets. For instance, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, when Prophet Muhammad died, Islam continued to expand. Almost the entire world, people got to know about Islam. So we want to see how Islam penetrated and it entered into South and Southeastern Asia. Islam entered into South and Southeastern Asia in a peaceful manner, or in a peaceful way. They did not apply force, but it penetrated into South and Southeastern Asia through trade, close contact with the merchants and the locals. So the traders, Islam, we all know that Islam in most cases entered into different countries through trade. When Arabs came to trade, they came into contact with Africans and they amalgamated with them, or they intermarried with them, and at the end of the day had to stay with them and establish Quranic schools. And through Quranic schools they taught Islamic culture. So from there Islam started to expand into the entire world. Looking at the North Africa, it was in Egypt, Syria, Turkey, Sicily, and the Western Arabia. In Spain, it entered there, and later on it expanded to the rest of the parts of the world and other countries by the 16th century, when the Mangaha dynasty was established. But Islam entered into Southeast Asia in a peaceful way. This was through trade and interaction between the Muslims, and this was the interaction between the Muslim merchants. Merchants, these are traders, and the local people. So we are going to see, after the Islamic faith and its culture entering into South and Southeastern Asia, what impacts did they bring to the people that they fought? And what were the reasons to why Islam spread? One, the trade made Islam to spread into South and Southeastern Asia. Muslims, when they came to trade, they put there some condition that whoever that wanted to trade with them had to convert into Islam. So people thought that if I want something good from Muslims in terms of trade, I have to come into contact with them. I have to convert into Islam. So people had that mentality. So they end up converting in bigger numbers such that they can trade with them. At the end of the day, they adopted Islam and its culture. The Lord prayed by the Islamic teachers. Now, the Islamic teachers taught Islam. They wrote different books that were emphasizing Islamic culture. They intermarried with us, the South Asians. They transferred the Quran teaching scriptures into different languages such that these people can understand and welcome it or embrace it. The interaction between the Muslims and the locals. When the Muslims intermarried or they interacted with the locals were able to know the good part of Islam and what should they do for them to gain from the good part of Islam. So at the end of the day, for them to become good traders and good friends in terms of trade, they had to convert into Islam. At the end of the day, this gave rise to Islam within the South and Southeastern Asia. So these are some of the reasons to why Islam spread in South and Southeastern Asia. But still, the spread of Islam brought some effects. The effects of Islam in South and Southern Asia, want to see what effect did it bring when Islam entered into Southeast and South Asia. One, it promoted trade in Southeast Asia. Yes, in Southeast Asia, Arabs kept on trading with the locals, since the locals had embraced Islam. So it promoted its trade. At the end of the day, the economic status of some East and South Asian countries was changed. Still, Islam acted as a unifying force in Southeast Asia. Yes, Islam was used as a unifying religion in South and Southeastern Asia, and at the end of the day, unity was promoted. Education was promoted in South and Southeastern Asia when they established Quranic schools that helped in reducing the cases of illiteracy in South and Southern Asia. Islam facilitated the rise of large empires in the area characterized with smaller kingdoms. So those are the some of the factors, those are the some of the effects that Islam came with in South and Southeastern Asian colonies, countries.